front of me on the table something very, very mouth-watering there is in a paper bag. It's an almond croissant. Not long ago, there was quite a fight on social media because someone reported it that the way how they make it, it's not really good. The lady who started it all said that she saw as a customer that they use croissants from yesterday, so basically the expired croissants, and the plain croissants, and they cut it in half, fill it up with this almond, and uh, and then they bake it again, and there's the almond croissant. And not all, but lots of people who are bakers, who have shops in and around London, they made a video for Instagram and TikTok and so on, explaining that this is how you do it. And previously, actually, it contained alcohol. And today, we were going somewhere, meeting people, running some errands, and in a bakery, which is one of the top bakery in London, in Jolene, I saw almond croissant, and in small letters, handwritten, it was it contains alcohol. I needed to buy it immediately because it means it's the classic style. Oh yes, I'm really happy about this. So it's in front of me. So after I talk to you, which is very important for me, I do it every day, and it's a very special time when we have the chance to talk to each other. I'm going to have it. But first, let me tell you about what I saw. Because right now, in 2025, and previously in previous years as well, what you think about migration can be very, very important. And I saw a TikTok video. It basically a minute long. There's a guy there with very deep circles around his eyes. He's a young guy, and there's a door. That's it. There's a door and there's a guy, and the scene is, because it's a comedic scene, the scene is that someone knocking on the door, group of people, and they checking on illegal migrants, and there are questions, and the guy needs to answer these questions, and he's Italian. It's an Italian house, so the questions goes like this: what do you put on pizza? And he said, oh yeah, pineapple. What do you put on spaghetti? Yeah, ketchup. What do you do with the pasta if it doesn't fit? Then, oh, you break it up. When you put it in boiling water. And do you drink cappuccino after 11 o'clock? And he's like, yes. And he's going all right, everyone, behind the door. Yeah, they are happy. Yeah. He's not an illegal immigrant. And the last question is, can you pronounce for us the word Massachusetts? And that's it. He losing it. And obviously, I find it very funny because on Twitter, on Hungarian Twitter, anyway, we were always, having a fight about how to eat different things, and pineapple on pizza and stuff. This is a very big topic. And this scene is very well put together. 1 minute long. The comedy is amazing. Everything spot on. But the problem is there are so many people who are dealing with this, and it was in recent years as well. Actually, I know a person, a very good friend, who was working abroad, and it happened to her, and she was in not in jail, but she was locked up for 2 weeks and then sent home. And now, right now, as I'm talking to you, I remembered more and more people from my friends who are the same, got the same experience. For example, there is a guy who spent there. I'm not gonna say which country. Spent a couple of years in a country where he had no papers, and they caught him and sent him back home. And later on, he returned in a very very funny way, and he had his house there. He had a family house with all his stuff in it, all his furniture, all his stuff, because he had been living there for a while. And I'm from Eastern Europe. We are part of the EU. I have all the papers. I right now live in London. But in London, there are so many people who traveled and they lived in many, many countries before. So everyone has stories about this sort of stuff. And whenever there's like a house party or a dinner party and someone starts to talk about these sort of things, everyone is like, the whole room is that quiet, and all of us just looking at the person who is telling a similar tale, a similar experience, sharing their experience. And it's yeah, I never done it because my country is part of the European Union, and I always had my papers. But I have lots of friends who try their luck, and yeah, and these are very interesting stories. I'm not gonna say my opinion at all, not the good one, not the bad one, nothing. Just I just wanted to put this out there, that this is a very common thing right now. For example, right now I am sitting in London. I was just walking, in the morning, and I bought my almond croissant at Jolene, which is one of my favorite place. But originally I'm from Hungary, and we have this sort of problems as well, that there are no young people who are willing to work certain jobs. So we are bringing in people, companies bringing in people from places like India or the Philippines, and they work in remote villages in Hungary. For example, they work with cows, and they driving buses and so on. And the society talking about this very very openly. There are Hungarian articles about this, interviews with the people, and this could be like 10, 15 pages long. That's what I said, that in the beginning, that I'm not gonna say my opinion, because every single case is different. All I'm gonna say at the end of this episode, that I hope everything works out for you. If you are in this situation, everything works out for you just fine. Because the root of it all is the changing demography. For example, me, I don't have children. I could have 5, 6 children, and I don't have none, zero. But as we growing older, obviously, I like to have my almond croissant. I like to do things, and people needs to work in these places. So it's a very difficult thing. And I would say that in 2025 and in recent years, this is one of the most important questions in the world. That was it today. See you next time.